Mataji's brother. Um, so I will give brief introduction of His Grace Kanai Thakur Prabhu. His Grace Kanai Thakur Prabhu holds an MBA from Symbiosis Pune and has worked with MNCs like Siemens, Patni, and Zensar Technologies, where he earned Best Employee awards. Inspired by the Bhagavad Gita as it is, he dedicated his life to spreading its wisdom, joining ISKCON Pune in 2004. He is a senior disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami. He serves as a lifestyle coach, manager, counselor, leader, guiding people of all ages. He has delivered seminars at top Indian institutes like IITs, IIMS, and conducts programs across India and internationally, especially in the US and Canada. He manages several ISKCON temples in youth centers in Pune and now in Chicago temple also. He is currently leading the construction of new temple in Pune, Vishal Nagar, and he was a temple president in the Camp Pune temple. So we are so fortunate to have you, Prabhuji, today. So let us welcome Prabhuji by chanting three times Haribol. Haribol.
Hari
Hari
bol,
bol,
Hari
Hari
bol,
bol,
Hari
Hari
bol,
bol.
Hari bol.
So Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam, sorry, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first canto, 22 verse and onwards. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for inviting me amongst all of you in this association. I'm grateful to be able to share something that we have heard in Parampara, we have heard from Srila Prabhupada. So today we'll discuss on the Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 1, text 22. And this happens to be a unique verse because uh, only two lines that way, for that matter, 1.22. So when a similar theme has to be, it's a connected theme. That's why 1.21 and 22, they're coupled together like that. Mm. So let us chant the prayers and then we'll begin our discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guroho Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanshya Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्य वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरु दीनतारिणम् Hare Krishna. So Srila Shankaracharya, he has written a Gita Mahatmya, glories of Bhagavad Gita. There he says, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanya Shastra Vistare Yap Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisrutaha. What is the need of any other scripture when you have Bhagavad Gita with you? This is Bhagavad Gita, the song sung by God, Krishna. Mukha Padmat, the very own lotus mouth of the Lord Padmanabha. It has appeared from the mouth of Krishna. Krishna has personally spoken it. Right? What other scriptures do you need? Hmm? So Bhagavad Gita first chapter, when Bhagavad Gita begins, right? So you all have reached the text 21 and 22. I will recite the verses, read the translation purport by Srila Prabhupada, and we'll make an attempt to discuss on text 22. Arjuna Uvacha Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayamyachyuta Yavadeta Nirikshe Aham Yoddukaman Avasthitan Kairmaya Saha Yodhavyam Asmin Rana Samudyame. Translation: Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Purport: by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Sorry, the purport. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy, he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, Rishikesh, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor, the servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to the devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is master, everyone is under his orders, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhan, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of a peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again and to see how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war. So, Srila Prabhupada is giving wonderful facets that is revealing to us about these two verses. Beautiful, transcendental, sweet dealings between the Lord and his devotees. Right? Generally, when somebody is great, they may not want to take a humble position. Right? But Krishna, he takes the humble position of a charioteer for his devotee, and yet he remains God. So Srila Prabhupada would say, Krishna is God when he's few days old and he kills Putana. Krishna is God when he's on the lap of Mother Yashoda. Krishna is God when he's lifting the Govardhan hill. Krishna is God when he is dancing with the gopis of Vrindavan. Krishna is God even when he takes the position of a charioteer for Arjuna. His position does not change. He remains the supreme personality of Godhead, and that's why he is called by the name Achyuta. We'll discuss the meaning of Achyuta in detail today. But here we find Arjuna is in the battle position, the battle. bugles have already been, blown, and Arjuna is wanting to see who all have assembled here in the battle, because every attempt was made by the Pandavas side to avert the war. Give us just, Krishna was told, you go as a peace messenger. And Krishna said, you should, give half the kingdom. That that proposal was not accepted. Krishna said, give 5 villages. No, we will not even give land, sufficient to be, kind of, you know, on the tip of a needle, something that can be measured with the tip of a needle. Okay, you won't give that also. Then Krishna said, be ready for the battle now. Then the battle has to happen. Still, Yudhishthir said, asked Krishna, is there any way that we can avoid this war? We can avoid this war? Krishna said, yes, I have. I know. So Krishna went to Kunti and told Kunti, you should go to Karna. If Karna defects, if Karna comes on Pandava's side, Duryodhan will have no strength to fight the war. So Kunti goes and informs Karna, but he doesn't accept her request also. Then Krishna personally goes to Karna and tells him, gives him intelligence, come to this side. Karna does not accept. And then now the war. Now that the war has to begin, Arjuna is asking Krishna, please take my chariot in between the two armies. Ratham sthapayame senayor ubhayor madhye. Ratham sthapayame achyuta. Now, uh, this Sena that Arjuna is seeing in front of him, Arjuna wanted to see this Sena because so many kings, they are assembled there to fight in the battle, and they actually had nothing to give and take with this, fratricidal war between Kauravas and Pandavas. They're all Kshatriyas. They're meant to fight in the war. And when invitation was given to them by either Pandava's side or the Kauravas side, they came in. And especially, there were kings like Shalva who came. He had planned that I will fight from the Yudhishthir from the side of Pandavas, but on the way Duryodhan gave such a nice reception to, Shalva and his army, who was so tired, who had traveled long distance to come till Kurukshetra, to come to the Kurukshetra warfield. Duryodhan gave them such a good reception. Shalva simply gave a word, whoever made this reception for my army and my men, I will fight on that person's side. And later he realized, oh, now I have to fight on Duryodhana's side. Huh? But he was ready, yes, I'll fight on Duryodhana's side. I'm a Kshatriya. Sukina Partha. Krishna will tell Arjuna, those Kshatriyas who get invitation to battle, invitation for a battle, and they die, they go to Swarga. So these were the Kshatriyas who had assembled, who themselves did not know sometimes which side they are going to fight the war. So Arjuna wants to see, especially Arjuna wants to see how they are so hell bent upon war, which is not needed. They didn't, Pandavas did not call for the war. Right? So Arjuna, whereas this all these armies have got assembled from 11 Akshahoni Sena, hmm, was with Duryodhan, and 7 Akshahoni Sena was with Arjuna or the Pandavas. What is Akshahoni? Actually, it is a specific and detailed military formation, right? And it is described in the scriptures, right? Especially Mahabharata. So one Akshahoni Sena consists of 21,870 chariots, 21,870 elephants, so rathas, gajas, 65,610 cavalry, that is horses, 1,09,350 infantry soldiers, foot soldiers. So the ratio was one chariot, one elephant, three cavalry, and five infantry. So 2,18,700 troops and units. So Kauravas had 11 Akshahoni and Pandavas had 7 Akshahoni, which was total close to 3.94 million. Only warriors, pure Kshatriya warriors who were there. Rest, many were also there, right? That's why we say 60. That's why Mahabharata tells us 64 crore people died in that war. How did, one important part of this Sena was when Duryodhan and Arjuna both went to Dwaraka to request Krishna, please fight from our side. So when they both reached uh, Dwaraka, Krishna was lying on his bed taking rest. So Arjuna, he went and sat at the feet of Krishna, and Duryodhan waited at the side of Krishna's head. But when Krishna got up, he saw Arjuna first. And when he saw Arjuna, he asked, "What made you come here?" And Duryodhan said, "I am also here." Oh, Krishna said, "You are supposed to be fighting a war in Kurukshetra. What are you doing in Dwarka here, both of you?" And they both said, "We have come to request for help. We want you, to fight from our side." So Krishna said, "See, you both are my relatives. We are all in one relation. So I have decided." So Balaramji, he went away for pilgrimage. I don't want to take part in this war. So Krishna said, "For me, I have decided, I can give you two options. Either me, who will not lift a weapon. I have decided I will not lift weapon in the war. I will be there, but I will not lift any weapons. Or my Narayani Sena, my entire army, whatever you want to choose." But Krishna told Arjuna, "I give you the first chance because you are younger than Duryodhan and I saw you first." So Arjuna said, "Krishna, I want you." Again, Krishna told him, "Arjuna, no use of having me on the battlefield if I'm not going to lift any weapons." And Arjuna said, "No, Krishna, I only want you." And Duryodhan was very happy. Oh, these Pandavas were always foolish, and today Arjuna has proved himself. And Duryodhan told Krishna, "Now that only the second option remains, the Narayani Sena, your army, please order your army to follow me." And Krishna told him, "You go ahead, army will come to you." So this was also Narayani Sena, also Krishna's Dwarka army was also from Duryodhan's side. So now when Duryodhan went away, Krishna and Arjuna were sitting in the same room. And Krishna told Arjuna, in a very poetic way. He said, "Krishna, what?" He said, "Arjuna, what have you done?" कृष्णा टोल्ड अर्जुन, हार तेरी निश्चित है, सदा रहेगा उदास. हार तेरी निश्चित है, सदा रहेगा उदास. माखन तो वो ले गया, केवल छाछ बची तेरे पास. Krishna is telling Arjuna, "Oh, you're surely going to lose the war. What have you done? He has taken away the, uh, makhan. He has taken away the butter, and only buttermilk is remaining with you." So Arjuna said, "No, Krishna, that's not the case. Shall I answer?" So Krishna said, "Yes, please answer." So Arjuna also became a little poetic. And he replied Krishna, "जीत मेरी निश्चित है, दास ना होगा उदास. माखन लेके क्या करूं जब माखन चोर है मेरे पास." Right? So Arjuna was glad that I have Krishna with me. He may not lift any weapons, but I have Krishna on my side. That's the devotee Arjuna, who chose Krishna and not his Sena, who chose Krishna and not Maya. But this verse, Srila Vishwanath Thakur says, very special because Krishna is present on the chariot, whom Arjuna chose. But now, rather than looking at Krishna, Arjuna wants to see the army. Right? With his eyes, he wants to niriksheham. I want to find out, I want to see. So Krishna is there and Maya is there. Right? So Arjuna had chosen Krishna and not his Sena. Here Krishna is present in front of him and yet he is choosing, let me see who all have assembled to fight this war. So the stacks on this battlefield, right, if you say between Duryodhan, the Kauravas and Pandavas, against the Pandavas, the stacks are very high. 7 versus 11. Pandavas were just 7 Akshauhini Senas and Kauravas were 11 Akshauhini Sena. So Prabhupada chooses to explain in the purport the very special role to be played by Krishna. Right? Krishna is present. There is no suspense who all are there on the battlefield now for that matter. But Arjuna nevertheless wanted to see the warriors on the other side. Right? And Krishna will now play a very unique role because Krishna agreed to act as Arjuna's charioteer, Sarathi. Right? And Duryodhana had already thought, oh, I am going to be victorious because Krishna is going to take a neutral stand. Right? And Duryodhana, even he thought about even that. In case, even if Krishna does any, Krishna's presence is of any value, so he went to Kritavarma and said, I want you to be on my side. Hmm. So Duryodhana all the while is thinking these Pandavas and especially Arjuna is a very sentimental fellow. Why did he choose Krishna? Right? So Arjuna had this firm conviction, I want Krishna on my side. Mhm. So very happily Krishna agreed, yes, Arjuna, I will be on your side. Right? And uh, Krishna is very happy to serve his devotee. Now Arjuna is giving his first instruction to Krishna. Now Krishna is the charioteer. So Arjuna, is sitting in the chariot. So he has to give instruction. So the first instruction is Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayame Achyuta. Now Krishna's name here is Achyuta. Very special name. Right? And you will find in chapter 1 there are 6 names of Krishna in different verses. Krishna, Achyuta, Rishikesha, Madhava, Govinda, Keshava. These names are there. And uh, for Arjuna, there are 5 names: Arjuna, Partha, Kaunteya, Gudakesha, or Bharata. Mhm. So, different names of Krishna and Arjuna are given. Now, there are 3 meanings of the name Achyuta. When Krishna is being called Achyuta, what are the 3 meanings? See, Chuta means fallible, one who falls down. Achyuta means infallible, right? So, Krishna is Achyuta, and what is our condition? We are Chuta, we are fallible, right? Who can fall down? Those who cannot maintain their position, right? So, who comes in this category? All of us come in this category, right? Like, can we remain a king? Can we remain a prime minister? Can we remain a president forever? No, right? From top of the world to out of the world, right? John F. Kennedy was the one of the most favorite presidents, right? Bipartisan, Democrats, Republicans, everyone liked him, right? So he was the top man of the world at that time, right? Top leader. But one bullet shot from top of the world to out of the world, boom, gone. So we cannot maintain. We may acquire a great position of this world, but even to maintain that, sooner or later we will be forcibly removed from our position. Like when we were small, we would ask our elders, please tell us a story. Kahani batao, please tell a story. And they would tell us, एक था राजा एक थी रानी दोनों मर गए खत्म कहानी. Oh, there was a king and there was a queen, and both died. And the story is over. Both were dead. Right? So even if somebody becomes a dictator, let's say, but how long? Right? Right? Time forces even the most powerful, right? Right? Time finishes even the most powerful in this world. Mhm. So what are we doing? Srila Prabhupada says we as conditioned souls, we are always on a tottering platform. Kamala dala jala jivana tala mala. Right? What is our life? Our life is like a water drop on a lotus leaf. The lotus leaf, how long will it remain? It slips away, slips off from the lotus leaf, the water droplet, right? Anytime it can fall away. That's the nature of the conditioned soul. We are fallible, we are chuta, But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is Achyuta. Even if Krishna comes to this world, oh, he comes under the control of his internal energy, not the external energy like all of us. Hmm. Fallible also means for all of us, right? We we are fallen from the spiritual world. We are now trapped under Krishna's Maya Shakti, illusion Shakti, right? Like before Prasadam, we all sing the Prasadam prayer. Sharira avidya jal jodendriya tahe kal. So this Sharira, this body, what is it? Jal. Sharira avidya jal. This Sharira is this body is the net to capture the soul. Avidya is ignorance. So forgetting one's real identity as soul, like what happens? We act on bodily platform for body's pleasure. Right? We come to this world, the conditioned soul comes to this world, falls to this world, chuta, and becomes degraded. Nimna, tucha. Right? Like, for the example, for the sake of example, if somebody commits a crime, a criminal commits a crime, the criminal falls down from the position of a good citizen, no more counted amongst good, good loyal citizens, right? And what do they do with such a criminal? They they will put the criminal in captivity of government's another energy that is called jail. Same with the spirit soul. We were in the spiritual world, fully spiritual, but the soul falls down, chuta, right? And we kind of now prakriti sthani karshati, right? We are now struggling with material energy. So Bhagavata 7.27 talks about this, how the soul falls to this world, why the soul falls to this world. Ichchadvesha samuthena dvandvamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sargeyanti parantapa. So Srila Prabhupada says, oh, the best of the Bharat, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arising from desire and hate. So we all have degraded and we have all thus fallen. The third reason, the third meaning of Achyuta, hmm, another meaning of, Chuta for us is as conditioned souls, right? Uh, till now we discussed the first meaning was those who are chuta, those who can fall down, those who cannot maintain even their material position. Then we discussed fallible. Chuta means those who have fallen from the spiritual world. Now, the third meaning of chuta is a practicing devotee may fall down from one's level of practice. Right? Sometimes so bad that one will go back to materialistic lifestyle once again. Like Srila Prabhupada, he he saw some of his disciples one time, they had grown up hairs on their head and then a big beard, and they were once again looking like hippies. And Prabhupada said, why have you become hippies again? I made you nice Vaishnavas, right? With shaved head, shikha, tilak, kantimala. Why have you become hippies again? Right? So those who are practicing spiritual standards, and then for some reason they fall away, even they are called fallen practitioners, and they are also chuta. Hmm. Material consciousness is not our original consciousness. Our original consciousness is Krishna consciousness, but from Krishna consciousness we fall back to materialistic level. That's another understanding of chuta, right? But Krishna is not chuta. Krishna is achyuta. His name is achyuta. Hmm. So, uh, people try to hold on to their position. They all want to become achyuta. But as soon as some another power comes in, higher power, they fail. Right? So, in India, they say, Hum honge kamayab, hum honge kamayab, ek din. no, you will never become Kamayab. You are Chuta. You are you have a tendency to fall down from your level, right? But Krishna is Achyuta. Hmm? Krishna is Achyuta. Krishna says in the fourth chapter, sixth verse, Ajopi san avyayatma bhutanam ishvaropi san prakritim swam adhishthaya sambhavami atmamayaya. Right? Krishna says, although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium to my original transcendental form. In my original transcendental form. So Krishna is saying, I am not forced to take birth. I don't fall down. I appear. Right? So Krishna appears in every millennium in his original transcendental form. Krishna comes uh, by his Atma Maya, Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. He's not born like ordinary souls, right? By the force of karma, right? Uh, in certain species, in certain family, under certain conditions, we are all forced to take birth. But Krishna cannot be forced to do anything. Mhm. Why? Because Krishna is the supreme force. He can come wherever, whenever, right? Whichever form, whatever manner, as many times he likes. That is Krishna. He remains Achyuta. Mhm. And Krishna never comes under the clutches of his external Maya, external energy, right? His consciousness never gets contaminated, affected by material energy. Krishna remains Achyuta. Right? Why? Because matter is his own Shakti. Krishna says, Maya adhyakshena prakruti suyate sacharacharam. Maya adhyakshena. Right? The Prakriti is working under his directions, under his instruction. Hmm? So, this three guna Shakti of Maya cannot overpower, hmm, cannot overpower Krishna. Right? This three guna Shakti of Krishna can never over the Shakti can never overpower Shaktiman. Hmm. And what do we find in this world? We create something, right? And that swallows us up, like Dr. Frankenstein. Frankenstein created a ghost, right? And that ghost only killed Frankenstein, right? So you find great kings, they fathered, such valorous sons. But what happened? What happened? What do we see in the history? When the sons grew up and they wanted the kingdom, they wanted to occupy the thrones, they killed their own father. Hmm. Like, the example comes as Kamsa in Bhagvatam, or Aurangzeb. He killed his father, brother, and everyone. So you may become a great king, but Krishna's Maya energy, the way it functions, oh, right. Another example is given is technology. What does technology do? It begins with very innocuous. Just few minutes. I will work with it, but after some time, we find the technology has taken away all our time. The mobile phone takes away all our time. Like sometimes, those who have dogs, they have experience. You take the dog for a walk, and after time you realize, oh, it was a dog who was taking me around. I had lost control. I began with, I will deal with the dog, I will take the dog. But later the dog only is taking me around. That's what happens with conditioned soul who tries to play around with material nature. And you try to play around, beware. Material energy is very powerful. You are too tiny. Hmm? So, uh, mobiles, cars, nuclear weapons, see how this form of material energy that we have discovered, invented, it eats us up, it swallows us up only. But it does not happen like that with Krishna. Prakriti always remains under the control of Krishna. Right? Maya adhyakshena prakriti. That's the meaning of Achyuta here. Right? Uh, Later in the 9th chapter, text 11, Krishna will say, Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanum ashtitam param bhavam ajananto. So Krishna, uh, there is saying, Avajananti, they don't know these things about me. They think maybe unke jaisa hi hu. Oh, if Krishna comes to this world, I am also like them. No, I am Achyuta. You are Chuta. So one time, Nehruji, our first prime minister, second prime minister, third prime minister, only he was only there. So Nehruji, in his second prime ministership, decided, let me go into the country and try to find out how has been my first 5 years of rule. So he decided, I will go to a mental asylum and check how is the condition there, how much progress have we made. So when he reached a mental asylum, one mental boy was chosen to answer, Nehruji. So Nehruji, when he was made to sit on a chair, this mental asylum inmate, one madman, was put in front of him. So Nehruji asked him, "What is your name?" And this fellow told his name. And then this fellow said, "Wait, now I will ask you questions." Nehruji said, "Okay, you ask me questions." And this madman said, "What is your name?" He said, "Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru." Very good. And then this person said, "I will ask you the second question also. What do you do for your living?" And he said, I am the Prime Minister of India." And this mad fellow, crazy person said, "You also come in here. When I was outside, I also would think like that I am the Prime Minister of India." And they put me into this place, this confinement, this room they have kept me. So what happens? You know, uh, Krishna, avajananti mamuda, they do not. If Prime Minister comes into the mental asylum, the Prime Minister is not crazy. He can come at his will and he can go at his will. That's the case, like Prime Minister of India, or that's the case with Krishna also. Krishna is not forced to take birth. Krishna simply comes out of his own accord and he leaves when he wants to. That is Krishna. Right? So now Krishna has many names. Krishna has many qualities. Krishna, right? Especially Krishna's names, millions of names, right? So, but is every name that Krishna has is perfectly fitting to Krishna, right? It is not for name's sake that these names are given, right? But like one of the names of Krishna is Jagannath. He is the control of the whole universe. He is Jagadish. He is the true controller of the world. Hmm. Now, somebody will say Jagadish. Somebody else also can have this name. Yeah, but the name and the person will be greatly different, right? There'll be no. Sometimes you'll find there are people who are name is Padma Lochan, but their eyes are not at all like Padma. There there are people whose name is like Vineet, but he's full of pride. Amar, but he's going to die. Sushil, right? But what happens by the sake for the name's sake, they're called by some name, but do they have those qualities? That's not the case. When it is written Krishna is Achyuta, so proper explanation is given why Krishna is Achyuta. Hmm. Okay, we continue. Hmm. So, in this context for today's verse, Arjuna is saying, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya Achyuta. Please take my chariot in between the two armies. Right? Uh, so the protocol of the war was in those days you face each other. Not that you simply send your Scud missiles, your Patriot missiles, your Shaheen missiles from far distance and you kill civilians. No, you were supposed to face the opposite army. That's the protocol of the war. Hmm? And Krishna is happily agreeing, yes, Arjuna, your order I will accept. Right? Was there any need for Krishna to take to the position of being a charioteer for Arjuna? Now, Krishna could have given many chariot drivers to Arjuna, but there was no shortage of those who knew how to drive a chariot. But Krishna personally chose. Why? Prabhupada says, because Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala. He has such great affection for his devotees. He is the supreme controller, but agrees to being controlled. Right? Now, the energy of the Lord, which is Atma, can control the energetic Krishna only by one way, that is love, bhakti. Love and devotion is what connects God and his devotee. Right? So, one time Srila Prabhupada was invited by devotees to visit Detroit. And at Detroit, devotees had made wonderful life-size diorama exhibition. Right? These were like models put up, and whatever pictures you see in Bhagavad Gita, that was life-size. Big, huge diorama exhibition was there. Now, Prabhupada came in, and the first exhibit that was shown to Prabhupada was the cover page of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna sitting down and crying. Krishna speaking Bhagavad Gita with the 5 ropes for the 5 horses in his hand, right? The chariot horses. That they had displayed as the diorama, the first exhibit. So Prabhupada had looked at the horses, Prabhupada looked at Krishna, Prabhupada looked at Arjuna, and Prabhupada made a comment. Oh, your horses are more beautiful than Krishna. And the devotees were taken aback. Was it appreciation, or Prabhupada is mocking us? And Prabhupada then said, your horses are more beautiful than Krishna because they are serving Krishna. Right? So we become more beautiful. We are Chuta, but we become beautiful by serving Krishna. Hmm. So the energy of the Lord can control the energetic only by one way, that is love. Right? So Arjuna is in Sakhya Rasa, a friendly reciprocal relationship with Krishna. So now what is happening? Uh, at this time, that love that Arjuna has, that he chose only Krishna in Dwarka when the option was given. Now, when Arjuna needs Krishna, Krishna says, yes, I am there for you. I will take chariot between the two armies. I will speak the Bhagavad Gita to you. I will, you know, dispel all your doubts also. Hmm? So we can see in this world also, the powerful kings, sometimes powerful kings, but they're controlled by their child. Actually, Prabhupada would give example of Prime Minister Gladstone of UK. Right? This Prime Minister, what did he do? One time when he entered his Prime Minister's cabin, he saw that his grandson was there. Now the grandson is coming close to grandfather, but he's like the Prime Minister of the country. What to do? It's my grandson. And the grandson told Gladstone, what, you know, he said, grandfather, I want you to become my horse. Please go on your 2 hands and 2 knees, and I want to climb upon you. Right? And somebody saw from the keyhole, Gladstone, who's the Prime Minister of UK, bent on the floor and, being driven around by the grandchild. Hmm. So devotees will sometimes take this position of ordering or controlling the Lord, right? But what cannot take this position, right, by any other means but only bhakti. It is only bhakti by which you can purchase Krishna, right? We all are trying to practice bhakti, but Rupa Goswami says there is a definition for Shuddha Bhakti. So bhakti and Shuddha Bhakti are two different things, right? Arjuna is a Shuddha Bhakta, pure devotee of Krishna, not tested devotee of Krishna. Right? That is Arjuna's position. Mhm. And now, for such a devotee, Krishna says, yes, I will become your charioteer. Right? So Krishna does not hesitate, Krishna does not mind. Right? Now the entire Mahabharata, right, happened, between the two families, Kaurava and Pandavas, all this Mahabharata, just so that Krishna could speak Bhagavad Gita. So it's this Bhagavad Gita, beginning of Bhagavad Gita, is a very important juncture, right? And at this point, Krishna God is not coming forth as a God, but as a charioteer for his devotee. So for Krishna, his position of godhood is not so important to Krishna. Anytime Krishna can give it up for the sake of his pure devotee. Right? So uh, bhakti is the only means by which we can, bhakti is the only process by which Krishna comes under the control of his devotees. Mm. And Krishna is also very happy. Krishna wants to serve his devotees, and the devotees want to serve Krishna. Right? Uh, and Krishna is very pleased when such a devotee orders Krishna around. Right? Now, Krishna gives orders to all the great devatas: Surya, Chandra, Brahaspati, Shiva, Brahma. Right? Brahmaji came and tried to test Krishna, and Krishna, he was a simple cowherd boy. Right? Krishna wanted, right? Oh, sorry. Krishna, uh, he's the order. He gives the order to all the great devatas: Surya, Chandra, Brahaspati, I think Shiva, Brahma. Right? Now this Brahma was corrected by Krishna one time. Don't, oh, never become proud. Never forget that I have appeared as a coward boy. Right? Don't become proud again, Krishna tells him before he leaves. You find Indra, he's the Devendra. He's the God, he's the, you know, God amongst the Devatas. He is the principal Devata, you can say, right? But this Indra, he had decided, I will cause pralay, cosmic dissolution in Vrindavan. Why? Because the Brajvasis stopped giving me the Govardhan. Uh, uh, the Vrajavasis stopped worshipping me, and they were worshipping Govardhan. And they're worshipping Govardhan because Krishna told them to. Right? But Krishna corrected Indra, did not even speak to him, simply lifted Govardhan for 7 days and 7 nights, and Indra's pride was shattered. So Krishna instructs all. He instructs the Devatas, he instructs Brahma, Indra, everyone. But here he's taking instruction from Arjuna. Why? Same Krishna is very happy to accept orders from his devotee. Right? So we should not want to become Arjuna, we should not want to become Indra, Chandra, Varun, Vayu, or for that matter, even Brahma, or Bahirmukha Brahma nahi mor as. Bhakti Thakur says, Kita Janma ho, Jatha tuva das, Bahirmukha Brahma Janma nahi mor as. Let me take birth as an ant. Right? Let me take birth as an ant, but that ant should be your devotee, he says. Uh, Let me not lose this devotional service. So when we become a devotee like Arjuna, who passed the test in Dwaraka, I want you only, Krishna, then for such a devotee for whom Krishna is the exclusive shelter, for such devotees, Krishna becomes Bhakta Vatsala, right? Very, very dear to his devotees, very, very merciful to his devotees. Hmm. Okay. So now, uh, Yavad etan niriksheham yodhu kaman avasthitan. Arjuna wants to see all the warriors who are eager to fight with him. And Arjuna is saying, Nirikshe aham, iksha, I want to see. So apparently, Arjuna wants to see the Maya. Now one will say, why is Arjuna even desiring something like that? Ishnacharya Thakur says Krishna inspired this desire in Arjuna. Come on, let us do let us do a nirikshan. Why? Because when Arjuna will instruct Krishna, please take my chariot in between the two armies. Krishna is the charioteer. Rather than in the middle of the two armies, Krishna parked the chariot in front of Bhishma and Drona. Why? Because Arjuna's familial, attachment will come up, and Krishna will get to speak the Bhagavad Gita, the entire Bhagavad Gita. So the idea is that By the medium of Arjuna, the entire world will be taught Bhagavad Gita. That's the reason Arjuna is saying, please take it between the armies, and Krishna agrees. I know what will happen to you, Arjuna. You are Chuta. You are not a Chuta. Seeing Bhishma, seeing Drona, you will give up. Right? You will not be able to fight, and you will cry. And to that crying Arjuna, Krishna will speak Bhagavad Gita. Right? So, the Pandavas, they did not want the battle, they did not want the fight. But Duryodhana is obstinate in his behavior. Right? Even he humiliated them, the Pandavas, the Draupadi, right? Even trying to kill all the brothers by foul means. Right? Uh, but now, uh, Arjuna, you will find he will ask Krishna, he's asking Krishna, take my chariot between the two armies, but very soon he's going to become overwhelmed, very overwhelmed, to the point he will, a person who had said, I am lifting the Gandiva bow, anybody says give up your Gandiva bow, I will kill that person. Right? But the same Arjuna is going to keep his Gandiva down. He's going to cry tears. Why? Because Krishna will be inspired to speak Bhagavad Gita to, to Arjuna, and by the medium of Arjuna, we all also have, this Bhagavad Gita with us. Beautiful questions asked by Arjuna and beautifully answered by Krishna. Right? So Arjuna's question is to fight or not fight. From there, Krishna will begin discussion from that level. Okay. So who are karmis? Okay, that will come in the Bhagavata. Hmm? So now here is saying, let me see who all have come to fight. Krishna will obey Arjuna's instruction and take the chariot between the two armies. Okay, I'll stop here. We have 2 minutes more remaining with us. Let us hear if anybody has any questions, comments, or reflections if they would like to share. I'll be happy to accept it. Shyama Rasika Mataji,
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much
you
for
like
this
to you like
nectar
to
class.
you would like to
I
call
was,
you would like
yeah,
to
I
call
was,
and accept questions, anything.
yeah, I was waiting for everybody has any question or comment.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this very, very nectaring class. My question is regarding Devta Indra. You know, the thing is that he's the king of all the Devtas, but there were so many vices he had, right? So, is it just for the Leela that this was made this way?
Yeah. So Indra is a devotee, surely better devotee than all of us, a good practicing devotee, better than all of us. He is Punyavan. He has performed a lot of Punya. He has performed 100 yagyas, Ashwamedh yagyas, and then somebody becomes Indra. But all these examples, it's not that, Indra is a scandalous person. So whenever scriptures are giving stories about Indra's behavioral mistakes, these are, you could say, these are personalities who took position as Indra in different kalpas. Right? These are Indras, but why it is only called Indra? It's like, saying a chief minister or a prime minister is a position, but different people can take that position at different times. So Indra is also a position, not just a one person. So you'll find in Bhagavatam talks about in the next Manvantara who is going to be Indra, next and the Manvantara after that who will be the Indra. So Indra is a position, and at different times whoever sat on the Indra's seat, right, as position, committed mistake. So Bhagavatams or scriptures, give this example to us to teach us that how, a very luxurious living of how, bhog aishwarya prasaktanam, when you become too attached to your bhoga and your aishwarya, right, then taya aparita chetasam, how their chetana, their intelligence goes for a toss, right? Samadhau na vidhiyate. So Indra committing mistakes and being quoted in the Bhagavatam or any other scripture, we need to learn from there what should we not do, what could be the pitfalls, what could be the hindrances that will come on the path of bhakti. Okay,
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
So, Prabhuji, I also have a similar question. Always, whenever I read about Indra, I don't read anything good. I think all the time Indra who is enjoying life, So, what is that?
no, Indra. There's a lot of glorification of Indra in the Vedas. Right?
Mm.
Original verses are there. Oh, Indra is glorified. All the devatas follow Indra, they follow his instruction. He has done.
Mhm.
Whoever he's whenever Indra signs any document, he signs it as Shakra,
Mhm.
Shatakratu, one who has done 100 sacrifices. So,
Mhm.
but generally Indra's example is taken because two things, Bhoga and Aishwarya, right?
Mhm.
This world can be blinding for the soul.
Mhm.
We start thinking, I'm also great, I'm also big, and I can challenge God. That's
Mhm.
what Indra did. As soon as his worship was stopped,
Mhm.
he felt, I will kill everyone. How can they stop my worship in Vrindavan?
Right.
Right? So you may not have heard as Indra's glories, but they are there. But especially because we identify with matter a lot, right? Thinking, I am matter after some time. I am this position. I am this power. And then we chuta, we fall. Okay?
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Only thing is, Prabhuji, that for a common man, who, to see the head of the Devtas, not only Devtas, the king of Devtas having these kind of vices, it doesn't gel. But,
No, no.
when you explain, it's fine. We understand.
He is Punyavan. He is better than us in terms of being Punya. But he does not come as Shuddha Bhakta. He is not a pure devotee.
Mm.
So you'll find even apparently devotees, practicing devotees in this world, when they get when they get surrounded by you know dhanam, janam, sundarim. Why is Lord Chaitanya teaching us na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadish kamai? I don't want these things. Why? Because they generally cause you know that intoxication and ultimately fall down, right? So wherever you know whatever is there, everything has to be engaged in service of Krishna. But then when we amass it, we also fall. So when Indra's example is quoted again and again, it is just to show that we will rise to such a level of service for Krishna. But beware, if what do you want? You want Narayani Sena or you want Krishna? Right? You want Ram or you want Sita? But yes, even if Ravana is a great Pandita, you know, he understands, he's a Brahmana, Shastra, he has the knowledge of scriptures. But then rather than choosing Ram, he chose to abduct Sita. So scriptures will give examples like these to bring us home to the point that these vices are in us also, unless we become a pure devotee. uh, Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam va jagadish kamiye. Mama janmani janmani. Even if you don't want to give me liberation, I don't want it, Krishna. Mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhaktir ahetuki toi. Give me causeless devotional service unto you. I don't care about my material situation now. Whatever it is, now I begin chanting very nicely. I begin my devotional service very
Yeah.
purely. And to such a pure devotee, Krishna is ready to,
Hare Krishna,
fall.
ma'am. Hare Krishna.
To such a pure devotee, Krishna is ready to follow the instructions of such a pure devotee. Krishna does not listen to Indra, but Krishna is listening to Arjuna. Okay.
So, Prabhuji, when we do yajna, that time there are prayers for devtas also, right?
Yeah. If you go to a traditional pujari, purohit, they will do a yajna by where they will invoke the demigods. But the Vaishnavas, they will invoke the acharyas. The
Yeah.
Vaishnavas will, when we do a Vaishnava yajna, then we invoke the pure devotees, the acharyas, to come and take position, and then we will chant the mantras.
So the
Shamrasika Mata, you are saying something?
no, I think she's not muted.
Okay, okay.
So, as per the Vaishnavas, acharyas are at a senior level than devtas.
No, I'm not saying senior level. They are pure devotees.
So they are
Acharyas,
then in a way indirectly it is senior.
in terms of devotion, they are, yes. But in terms of material position, Indra is higher. And Indra is surely better than us. The Devatas are better than us. We are all struggling, practicing devotees. We are not pure devotees. So the Acharyas are pure devotees. Right? Bahirmukha Brahma Janma Nahi Mora As. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Kita Janma Ho Jatha Tua Das. Give me birth of a a small insect, but I want to be your devotee. I don't want Brahma's position if that Brahma is averse to you. How many of us can pray that let me become a dog in the house of a devotee? Let me become an insect. I don't mind, Krishna. Right? That pure devotion. That's why Krishna is saying, Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. You take my exclusive shelter the way Vrajavasis took shelter. That simple devotion, that complete devotion, right, with that simplicity, with that sincerity, right, with no ulterior motives, right. Prabhupada says purity means, right, no, simplicity and no ulterior motives, right. So we all want to become pure by chanting Hare Krishna, right. But the acharyas, they are pure devotees, time tested personalities, pure devotees. They appear just for the purpose of Krishna. We also can become pure. The soul is originally pure, but we have to practice. So we do not offend demigods, we do not we do not disrespect demigods, but surely we surrender to the acharyas. We follow the instruction of the acharyas. Okay?
So the acharyas do not have any karmas to they don't take birth for the karma, reason of karma.
You ask yourself, if Krishna is saying, Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshaishyami, if they have taken exclusive shelter of Krishna, then Krishna says, I have taken away all you, I take the all away, all the karma away.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have one comment on that one. I really appreciate your not only the knowledge, your wisdom. You have answered each and every question very clearly, and you have a vast knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and very clear conception on the Bhagavad Gita. I really appreciate. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So you're based in Pune, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'm based out of Pune, but I travel a lot in India and outside. Yeah, I need to travel. That's my seva now.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji, Gita Mataji, Prabhuji is Kanai Thakur Prabhuji, our Pranita Mataji, who is regular attendee of our class, and she is our sister also. So he is her brother. So thank you, Pranita Mataji, also for arranging Prabhuji's class. So nice and giving his appreciation.
Thank you very much for having me amongst all of you. Today is Ekadashi, so please chant nicely and pray that we also become pure with our hearts.
Yes, Prabhuji. Anybody
Thank you,
have
Prabhuji.
any comment?
Thank you to Shyam Maraska Mataji also for arranging very nice classes and taking a lot of trouble early in the morning and coming on the class.
Thank you all.
It is a lot of work required at the background, and you are doing everything with the Nikunj Das Prabhuji help.
And Rupini Padma Mataji also. So thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they work round the clock.
No,
to
Mataji,
make-
you all joined. That's why we were trying our best.
At 1 o'clock at night, we get text messages for classes. I mean, you are up so late. Thank you so much, Rupini Mataji, Sham Rasika, Devi Dasi ji, and Nikun Das. I will say Nitin Prabhuji right now. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Gita Mataji. And today also we will have a Prabhuji's class on our Zoom call, like around 6 o'clock. And then, he's being at our home. We have a home program. So if anybody would like to join personally, please come. And otherwise, you can join on the Zoom. So, thank you so much. Anybody has any question or comment? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have one comment that if anybody is coming to your house and he is going to get a Ekadashi Prasad also.
Okay. Yes. Ekadashi Prasad will be there. So thank you all. And Prabhuji, thank you so much. Kanai Thakur Prabhu, please come again whenever you have time. I know you are so busy. But yes, Prabhuji would love to have your association. Hare Krishna. So let's pay obeisance to all the Vaishnavas.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Thakur Prabhu ki jai.
Jai.
Thank you so
Happy
much. Hare Krishna. Happy
Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji, for a
Krishna.
wonderful
Hare
class.
Krishna.
With so
Thank
many
you.
examples.
Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hari
Clearly.
Bol. Hari Bol.
Was useful today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.